just want to clarify one of your earlier answers. Did the administration send a direct warning to Iran not to attack Israel?
We've been very clear. I mean, you heard from the president, right, and laid out our commitment to Israel and make sure Israel's security. That continues. And so we've had those conversations. I'm just not going to go into back and forth publicly.
Well, the reason that I think it's important to know is because you just shared earlier that the U.S. was quick to tell Iran directly that we had nothing to do with the strike in Damascus. The president hasn't minced words on his feelings about Netanyahu, but we haven't gotten a very clear answer on whether it was communicated directly to Iran, don't attack our ally.
I just said we communicated to Iran. I just said that. I said we're not going to go into a public back and forth on this. But I said we communicated to Iran, and we said had no involvement. That's what I said, right, in the strike in Damascus, and warned Iran. We warned Iran. So I said that at the top, and I'll say, okay.
On the issue of inflation, there was a report in Politico on Tuesday that the former chief of staff, Ron Klain, was teeing off on the president's, talking about bridges all the time when he's out on the campaign trail and not talking enough about the prices that people are paying. We didn't get any statement today on the PPI index. Why aren't we hearing more from the White House about the issues that people are facing at grocery stores and paying rent?
I mean, the State of the Union, the president made very clear about what he understands what the Americans are facing. And he's talked at almost every event that he's had crisscrossing the country after the State of the Union about lowering costs, how important it is, and how there's more work to do. You hear that. In New Hampshire and North Carolina, he spoke about his work to lower healthcare costs. In Las Vegas, he discussed his plan to build and renovate 2 million homes to lower housing costs. In Madison, he announced his student debt relief plan. He also spoke with Senator Sanders just last week about his progress lowering costs for prescription drugs and inhalers. This week, he spoke about plans to lower costs for child care, home health care, elder care. He talks about lowering costs almost every event. I just laid out the events that he did in March and in early April about how he's making sure that the number one economic concerns that Americans have are lowering costs. And just like Ron said this. He said that the president has been, he believes in what the president has been doing in crisscrossing the country and talking about the State of the Union and talking about how we're going to continue to cut costs for Americans and making sure that we do not give big tax giveaways to corporations. That's what Republicans are talking about. They put out their budget, and their budget is to cut Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. That's what they want to do, and we're doing the opposite. We're trying to protect that and lower costs for Americans.
Is it at all inappropriate for the president to be commenting on what the Fed might or might not do with interest rate cuts?
So look, the president, unlike the last one, has been very clear about giving the Fed the space to make independent decisions about how they're going to move forward on their monetary decisions. The president has always been very clear about that, and he'll continue to do so. And in his comment yesterday, he was also clear. He said, we don't know what the Fed is going to do, and he was simply reflecting on public interpretation of recent data, but he also said, we do not know what the Fed is going to do, and we've always given them the space to make those decisions, those monetary decisions independently, and make sure that, again, they have the space to do that.